Hey guys, welcome to today's flow. Whilst I was in Costa Rica recently, I woke up and needed to move my body a little, so here's the flow that I did. Thank you for joining me. If you need any extra props such as blocks, a bolster or a blanket, please have them handy. We'll begin standing in samasthiti with the hands at heart. The feet are either together or at a hip width distance. Make sure the feet are parallel, grounding into the feet, but then standing as tall as you possibly can. Pressing the thigh bones back, lengthen the tailbone down, lift the arms towards the sky for mountain pose. The ribs wrap in. Again, stand as tall as you can. Bring the hands to heart center for samasthiti. Pick the pelvic floor up, lengthen the tailbone down. Find your head on top of the heels, reaching up through the crown of the head. Find your breath. Inhale, mountain pose, arms lift to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Soften the knees as you lift the hamstrings up to fold. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Hamstrings still lift to the glutes. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose. Again, lift the arms all the way up, outer thighs hug in. Exhale, samasthiti, hands to heart. Inhale, mountain, Urdhva arms lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Take this to your own breath cycle, maybe slower or faster. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale, mountain pose again. Press the thigh bones back, lift the arms all the way up. Exhale, samasthiti, hands into heart. Wrap the ribs, stand tall. Inhale, mountain, arms lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, again lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the left foot back. Keep the toes tucked and lower the knee to the ground. You can always pat it with a blanket. Hug the outer hips and lift the arms to the sky for crescent moon. Pulling the outer right thigh bone back, wrapping the outer right hip down. The left hamstring lifts up, the left glute packs forwards. Keep the right big toe mound grounded, lifting the front of the pubic bone up to the chest. Bring the hands to heart, or hands are on top of the right thigh. Wherever you need the support, you can always keep the hands on blocks or hands on the ground. Continue to hug the outer hips in. And then take a side body stretch over to the right. If you have a block, you can place the right palm on a block. Bring the arms back to the center, hands to the ground. As you take a half splits pose, pike the hips back, hugging the outer left hip in, right toes flex towards the face, the right hamstring pulls back to the right glute. Pull your chest past the toes as you flex the toes down and back a couple of times. Take a bit of movement in the leg, still breathing. As you exhale, come into a runner's lunge. Toe heel the right foot to the top right corner. The palms come to the inside of the foot. Make sure the foot's up past the knee or directly beneath the knee. The chest pulls forwards and you can either stay up on the palms, you can come down to the forearms, extend the arms forwards, or use the props that you have under the palms or forearms. Continue to keep the front of the spine pulling forwards. The right shin will gently pull back to the right hip crease. As you ground into the left palm, lift the right hand towards the sky. You can either stay here or reach back for the left foot, either grabbing the baby toe side or the inside of the foot, kicking the foot into the hand, pulling the foot towards the glute. Staying up on the palm is comfortable, or coming down to the forearm, or again onto the props. Find what's best for the body here. Staying as long as you need, then releasing. Lift the back knee up off the ground and step the left foot forwards for a frog squat, malasana variation. You can always walk the feet a little bit wider, or lift the hips a bit high if you need to sit up on a block, or maybe pad the heels with a blanket. Find what feels best for the body again. A little bit of movement side to side, then finding the center of the body, lifting up through the chest, press the elbows to the inner knees, spread the collarbones and slide the shoulder blades back and down, and exhale, forward fold, bringing the legs back in together. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the right foot back. Again, keep the toes tucked and lower the knee to the ground. As you inhale, hug the hips in and then lift the torso up. The arms again can either be lifted towards the sky, you can have the hands on the thigh or have the hands on blocks. The outer left hip pulls back, the right hamstring pulls up. The left big toe mound's grounded. Again, finding a lift through the front of the body, just like you're zipping up a hoodie. Pull it all the way up to the chest. Continue to hug the outer hips in. The outer left hip rotates down. Take another big deep inhale breath. And exhale. Take the side body stretch. Again, you can place the left fingers on the ground or on a prop, reaching up and over with the right arm, right shoulders away from the ear. Hug the hips, inhale back to the center. And exhale, half splits pose, Ardha Hanumanasana. Piking the hips back, hug the outer right hip in, sliding the left thigh back. Left toes flex to the face. Again, the chest pulls forwards, collarbones spread again. And again, take some movement in the left foot, maybe pointing the toes down, flexing them back. You can always place blocks under the palms if you need that extra little bit of lift for the chest. And move into a runner's lunge. The hands come to the inside of the left foot as you toe heel it to the top left corner. Again, here either on the palms, the forearms. If you have props to place under the hands, you can use them as well. The spine stays nice and long. Still thinking of pulling the right hamstring up, the chest past the edge of the mat. Finding the depth that's suitable for your body. The left shin gently hugs back. Continue to breathe, dragging the air in and out. The right hand's grounded, the left hand lifts up towards the sky, either staying here or reach back for the foot, moving into the quad stretch. Again, kick the foot back into the hand, pulling the foot in, creating some resistance. Continue to keep the left big toe mound grounded. The left shin's very gently pulling back. Take one more inhale breath. And then when you're ready, very slowly release the foot to the ground, finding control in the release. Plant the left hand inside the left foot, lift the back knee, hugging the left hip in. Step the right foot outside the right wrist again for a frog squat. Find a lift through the front of the spine, lifting the pelvic floor, the navel tones in and up behind the rib cage, the collarbones spread. Exhale, forward fold, push the shins back, and again bring the feet back in. Take a ragdoll pose. You can either bind the arms, grabbing opposite elbows, having the knees deeply bent, tipping the weight further forward into the shins. It's comfortable, you can interlace the fingers at the back of the neck, making sure to take both binds, so the dominant bind, and then swapping the fingers over a complete space, so the opposite index is on top. Doing this as well with the forearms, first one forearm on front and then the other. Another option is to interlace the hands at the lower back, having the palms connected, bending the elbows, pulling the shoulder heads back, just like you're trying to crack an egg in between the shoulder blades. Same thing, make sure that you take the opposite grip as well, swap the fingers over one complete space. And taking your time, you can move around a little, keeping the weight forwards, releasing when you're ready. Slowly taking your time, keep the knees bent, begin to roll the spine all the way up, the arms and head are nice and heavy, until you come to a full standing position. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Please make sure to subscribe and share this post with anyone that may benefit from it, and hope to see you in a class soon.